So we open where we left off with Marge dropping the bomb. But her husband and her are strong like the. Strong because of that mortgage on that white elephant you have with no furniture. Marge said, "This heifer gonna call me a hussy. Well, let's talk about your lech. A long time ago, you've only been married for what, 5 kids? I'm sorry, cheating ain't something like, having a burger where, oh, I had one a couple months ago. No, that stays fresh on the brain." Jackie said, "I knew about the affair too because of Blabbermouth Marge." When did she find out? Because I can't believe she didn't tell this story last season. She's been busy during the filming break. They flash back to the reunion, so apparently they knew before the reunion but decided to save it for this season's storyline. Okay, if you're going to be smart with it, I don't mind you playing with the plot line. Sheree Whitfield, take a lesson. Oh, but Jackie, this confessional look, you look like you're trying to give an 80s rock starlet, but you're not. And orange ain't your color. Jennifer gonna say, oh, she just wants to sabotage a happy home. The home ain't that happy if he's hopping on other heifers. But you don't care as long as the bills are paid. Black Dolores. Now, girl, you know I love you. But you really gonna say, looking into the camera, this is between a married couple and shouldn't be broadcasted? I would agree with you if you hadn't signed up to be on a show called Real Housewives where we dissect your lives and your marriages. Now, if you wasn't on camera getting paid for this, you might be right. But because you've decided to show your cervix for a quarter, we gon' peep. Oh goodness, but now we head over to these melted-faced men. So Bill goes over to Jennifer because he'd heard the scuttlebutt. And she's like, I want to go home. Why you want to go home? Girl, you came on this show knowing what it was. This isn't new. This isn't like the first season of reality where we don't know what's going to happen. You could have come on here and said, you know what? He cheated. It made our marriage stronger. Shit happened. That could have been your plot line instead of shaming Marge. But you wanted to be holier than thou. And now your business in the street, in the street. I feel bad because now we've exposed Bill as a cheater. Child, Bill don't care. Bill is on here to give her something to do so that he can cheat in peace. And it seems like she lets him cheat in peace. All she cares about is swiping that card. Maybe that's why she tried to get a new nose to get her husband to be interested in her, but she just ended up with Miss Piggy. Maybe he's got a Muppet fetish. Remember Jocelyn Wildenstein, that cat woman? She turned herself into a cat because her husband was obsessed with them cats. Joe Gorga, I'm going to need you to stop being so upset that Jennifer called you a crook, and you need to be upset with the people that pointed out that you were posting fake Instagram photos of remodels that you had never touched. You out here acting like you putting houses together from scratch, and another architect had to say, excuse me, that was my work. You never sold this house. You never worked on this house. You just got that picture from Google. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about your actual misrepresentation, because that's what she's speaking on. And that's what I'm speaking on too, boo-boo. Why is Gia here? You a cute little girl, but I'm going to need you to find your own franchise. You ain't nobody's housewife. I'm sick of these upstart heifers. Now, Bill is very calm. Bill knew this was coming out, and Bill didn't have a fuck to give because he don't have a fuck to give for Jennifer. But he does have a fuck to give to his mistress. I want to find the harlot. Who's the home-wrecking hussy? Who's Bill bopping on? Now, Teresa, you got attacked for spreading a rumor, a lie, something you didn't know was true. Margaret knew this was a fact. She knew this was the truth, and Jennifer willingly admitted it. So we're dealing with two separate things. Now, did Margaret put business in the street? Absolutely. But it wasn't a filthy lie that couldn't be proved. But now we got Gia rearing her disrespectful head. My father didn't deserve that either. Your father got the prison time he deserved. That's what he got. And so because your uncle had to step in and help raise you while your parents were playing tag team in prison, gives him every right to say things about your father that were true and proven in a court of law. Your parents are felons. Felons. That's a fact. Okay, look, Joe is not being disrespectful to you, and I don't know why you are carrying a torch for the man that fucked up your family, but I'm gonna need you to assign your anger to who it actually belongs to. I don't know why you were getting so mad at Joe. So Joe leaves, and now Gia got all the heifers around her like she a housewife. This ain't housewives and kids. Because then the second somebody says something, oh, don't talk to my child. Don't talk about my child. She in grown folks' business, so she fair game. So the heifers send Gia to go apologize. Because they like, look, he loves you. And again, you should be angry at your father. He's the one who blew up your life. All Joe did was try to be there for you. I gotta call him a stand-up dude for that. How many men step in and take care of two families? How many men run away from one? You want to say stop bringing up my grandparents? Gia, those were his parents. He saw what that trial did to them. You have to understand those were his parents. Like you want to defend your father, he wanted to protect his parents. Somebody got to sit this little heifer down. She needs a Yanla. They gave Gia a whole confessional. Oh, Lord. So Gia and her uncle make up, thank goodness. However, the next day we're with Jennifer and she's throwing a birthday party for her daughter. And she's having a hard time because everybody knows that her husband cheated. But everybody had been known. And don't nobody want Bill. I bet you that heifer was fucking him for bags too. Just like you. I can't believe Teresa's coming by and Teresa and Jennifer are going to be friends this season. Where's Black Dolores? Oh, here she is. Oh my God. Jennifer is sitting here just as dry-faced and sad, and Teresa gonna say, why did she say it at my party? It is amazing how you make someone else's husband cheating on them about you, when your husband cheated too. Oh, Jesus. Production gone asked Teresa, do you now see how what you did to Jackie and Evan was wrong? She said, well, I said a rumor. I didn't say a fact. You got a small head because only a pea brain could use that logic. Child, he cheated on you while you was 9 months pregnant. That's a special kind of ain't shit. So Jennifer breaks it down. She said, I found some text messages and receipts. I confronted him. I was pregnant. He said it was over. I had the baby. We decided to make it work. AKA, we never spoke about it again. I think y'all should have done a little counseling or something, but okay. But now everybody's mad at Margaret for telling her business. But nobody was mad when Jennifer called her and her mama hoes, harlots, and hussies. Meanwhile, with boring Jackie, girl, that scene with Jackie was absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. A waste of 2 minutes and 38 seconds. I've seen trailers more interesting. Your children going to sleepaway camp is not a plot line or a scene. Meanwhile, across town, Black Dolores goes to meet Marge for furniture shopping. Now, see, Dolores knows how to play both sides of the fence, but not be a bone carrier. Dolores says, look, it wasn't really cool that you had to drag Bill through the mud. And Marge said she poked the bear. Meanwhile, Jackie dropping by Jennifer's. Child, lions laying with lambs. I can't believe it. So Jackie sit down and say, I heard Marge put your business in the street. Now, I didn't say nothing, but yeah, I knew she was going to get you. Back with Black Dolores and Marge, she said, look, Jennifer was also running around trying to get pictures of Evan having an affair from Frank. This heifer came at me left, right, and sideways. Oh, Jackie did not hit Jennifer with the hard truth. I don't mind what Margaret did because you called her every kind of adulterer, but yet you married to one and don't want to say nothing about that. Meanwhile, Dolores is completely on Marge's side. She's like, you know what? That heifer's been digging around enough in the garden. It was about time that something turned up stankin'. It wasn't my skeleton. For my husband, I kept this a secret. Girl, you sounded like Drake. I didn't hide my kid from the world. I hid the world from my kid. Girl, boom. So DeLolo having everybody to her new townhouse. Food looks good. Girl, they gotta stop trying to shoehorn in this Whoville nose heifer. So after DeLolo gives them a tour of the townhouse, she tells them that her thruple is no mupple. I don't know how you lose a man to your ex-husband, but the heifer done it. I mean, Dolores, you're gonna say you haven't seen much of David, but you never saw much of him when you were in the relationship. He was a boyfriend in theory. However, Marge wonders if Teresa's going to be upset with her for asking Louis to address the video. He doesn't need to address that gay shit. You get a little bussy on the beach. Who hasn't? But here comes Jennifer. Jackie, you up Jennifer's ass because you need a plot line. Lord, Heffer gonna start crying immediately. Turkish tears. Where were those tears when you was calling her mama everything but a child of God? Where were your tears then? However, Dolores ain't having it. DeLolo said, you better stop that crying. Now Marge walks in. What are you crying about? These heifers see through your shit and are calling your game. Oh, Marge said, look, even what you did to Jackie, you called Frank looking for pictures. You called people antenna fly. So I can't sit here and boo-hoo with you that I done said that your man's a philanderer. Now the heifer admits, well, I did speak to Serena, and Jackie's like, I've been trying to have your back, and you was really out here trying to dig up dirt on my Marge. She'll do anything to stay in that white elephant with no furniture, just like shit Ray Whitfield. Jackie went over and said, wait, you talked to Serena. Who now? Well, I have to be honest with you. The time to be honest was while y'all weren't filming. That was the time to be honest. When you were at the party trying to make up with her, that was the time to be honest. Now you've been caught in the lie. I'm wondering if something really did go on with Evan, because there's just too many little chirperwerps and werperderps out there about him having an affair. But Jennifer, you looked into my husband when your husband did stuff. Because misery loves company. This heifer tried to say, it's curiosity, it's human nature. Well, heifer, you better be sorry. Human nature, my butt. You think I'm weak for crying? I'm brave for crying. No, you're two-faced and victim playing for crying. Lord, and here comes Teresa, but we gonna table this discussion right now and get some food in us. Jackie, what's your angle? You gonna forgive Jennifer this quick? Well, I'm just so happy nothing was there. Girl, this heifer still tried to tear your family down actively. I wouldn't be so quick to forgive or forget. Oh, God. So now Teresa gonna ask Margaret, why was I such a bad person for spreading rumors about Jackie's marriage when you can tell the truth about Jennifer's? Jackie said, well, Marge went straight to Jennifer. She didn't run around and tell everybody at the party, but. So Marge is sticking by her gun. She's like, look, you can't chastise me for cheating when you're loving on your latch. And Jennifer is very hurt and she just wants to go home. Well, heifer on, heifer. Well, that was the shit. So I'm going to see you soon for the Housewives of Orange County.